So the ingredients you're going to need for this are your lumpia wrappers. Each has 50, so I'm making 100. You're going to need carrots, celery, onions. You want a pound of ground beef per package. So I have 2, so I have 2 pounds of ground beef, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic for seasoning. And then of course your utensils to put all your ingredients in and that sort of thing. So I'm going to put this back in the fridge in the meantime, and I'm going to start chopping everything up, okay? The key to the way my mom taught me is, is to cut your ingredients as small as you can get them. So I'm going to cut my celery long ways, and then I'm going to dice them up. So I'm just going to take it like this and just cut them into really thin little strips. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this, but I don't have the proper tools. So I'm working with what I got. It is what it is. Right, Sophie? Yeah. Alright, so once you cut them long ways, you just want to, like I said, chop them as small as possible. So I'm just going to, I really wish I had a chef knife, but unfortunately I don't. So just cut them. And this is the most time consuming part of the whole process. And if you can hear noise in the background, my husband is playing Madden. So if you hear him say, "Oh shit," or "Football. Come on, man," or something like that, that'd be because he's getting his ass kicked, or it was a bad play. Alright, so I'm going to chop up all of this celery, and then just depending on how many pieces of lumpia, I would say at least a cup of each to start. And it's just really preference on how much vegetables you want in your lumpia. So I'm going to chop this up, and then I will start on. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to finish up the celery, and once I'm done I will show you about how much I have in my bowl. So far this is my 5th celery stalk, and I have about, I'd say I have about a cup and a half. I'm going to finish this last stalk, and then I'm going to start on my carrots. I just wanted you to see so far what I had. So I used about 5 celery stalks, and then once I mix everything together I'll tweak it depending on how it looks. And you can add other vegetables. You can add green beans, bean sprouts, whatever, minced garlic. I'm just going to use garlic powder to flavor this, but you don't even have to use ground beef if you don't want to. I'm just making it the way we ate lumpia. I'm just going to use 4 carrots for now, and I'm going to cut the very tip off just so I have a flat edge. It'll just make it easier when using my little shredder thingy. I don't know what they're called, but just cutting the very tip off. And I mean, if you really wanted to, you can use a peeler and cut the very outside layer off. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to move my bowl over here, and then you want to grab something like this. And I just set my thing inside, and the bigger the carrot the better, just because it'll be easier to hold. And you just want to shred it. So want to equal amounts and get you some carrots in there like that. And like I said, once I add the ground beef, depending on, you know, what it's looking like, I may add some more vegetables. I don't know. And if you can hear SpongeBob in the background, Sophie's watching SpongeBob, so. Alright, so I'm going to finish up, probably do 3 carrots, and then we'll see what we're working with. Yeah, I just did 2 carrots because looking in my bowl, I've got quite a bit of carrot already. So I'm gonna stop with the carrots for now, and if I feel like I need more once I add everything else, then I will come back and shred up some more carrots. So I have about equal amounts of celery and carrots. So now I'm going to go peel my onion, and then so I peeled the outer layer of the onion, and just like everything else, you want to chop this up as finely as you can. So it's better to cut it long ways. So I'm just going to go ahead and split this in half, and then I will cut, you know, pieces like, let me move that out of the way. I hate this part because my eyes are really sensitive to the onion. So just cut it long ways, and then once you're done cutting it long ways, you're going to chop it into teeny tiny pieces. So again, just get a feel of, you know, how much ingredients you need and that sort of thing. Just cutting the ends off really quick. So yeah, it just depends on preference. I mean, it's just like makeup. It's no different than makeup. It's whatever you're feeling. Can't go wrong with this. As long as you wrap them correctly, you could put whatever the hell you want, but the thinner, the smaller the pieces, the better, in my opinion. Alright, so now that I got those chopped into lengthwise, now I'm gonna go ahead and cut these into really small pieces. My technique, my eyes always tear up really bad, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, get your chopping knife for this part. It'll make it a lot easier. Make it a lot easier. Add that to the mix. So I'm going to go ahead and finish chopping up my onion, and then I will come right back. I need to get one of those little chopping cups. That would probably make things a lot easier, but my mother is old school. She don't use stuff like that. I mean, shit, when she first came to the States, she still ate with her fingers. She didn't use forks and shit like that. She is your traditional, old school Filipino. I'll never forget, I'd sit at the table and watch my mom eat a bowl of rice with her hands. No fork or spoon. Alright, so I have almost a half an onion in here. I think I'm going to finish up a couple more pieces, and then I'm going to start adding my hamburger. Just put the hamburger in the bowl with the other ingredients. Now I'm going to add my seasoning. My husband's going to add in the seasoning. Since I have these gloves on, I don't really want to touch everything. So we're going to add some garlic powder, some salt, and some pepper. And you can always add more or less, just depending on, you know, your preference. And then you just want to mix everything up really, really well. And then after everything's mixed together, if you don't feel like you have enough vegetables, like I said, you can go back in and add more carrots, celery, onions, beans, whatever you want to put in it. Garlic. I just use powdered garlic. So basically you just want to mix everything very, very well. I just like to use the flip and fold type of method. It's best to use gloves, otherwise you'll end up with this stuff all up under your fingernails, and that's never good. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to mix this together. I'm just folding and squishing and trying to mix it as best as I can, so that it's, you know, everything's mixed evenly throughout the... My husband asked if I had a cooking channel now, so give the video a thumbs up if you would like to see us make more stuff. My husband likes to cook, so maybe I can get him to do the way we make our chicken wings or something like that.
Can I?
Don't touch. Okay, so now that everything's mixed together, so inside this bowl I have my ground beef, celery, carrots, onions, garlic powder, salt and pepper. And I'm going to open these up and I'll show you the way my mom always did it. And then you also want to grab a bowl of water because you're going to use the water to wet the wrapper and seal it. I have a pan here and I just put some parchment paper on it so that the lumpia doesn't stick. I have a hand towel and I'm going to put the wrappers in the hand towel. Now these also have wax paper in between each one, so it can get quite messy and it is quite time consuming, but it's all good. So I'm just gonna lay these here, and my mom always kept a towel over it. I don't know, that's just the way she did it, so that's the way I do it. I have my bowl of water so that I can seal everything up in a plate. I will wrap a few of these and show you what it looks like. So you're just gonna grab a scoop of your mixture, place it on top of the wrapper, and then you want to kind of turn it into a little log. So turn it into a log about that size. You're going to fold it up like this, fold it over, and then you're going to roll it. Did you guys see that? I'll do another one in a second. So you're going to roll it. And when you get close, I see. When you get close to the top, just dip your fingers in the water. Wet it. And then it should stick. If you got some pieces that aren't sticking, just take the water. Yeah. Take the water. And it should look something like this. So again, I'm going to show you on the plate. So you're going to take a spoon full of your mixture. Put it on your little wrapper. Spread it out into a little log. You don't want them to be too thick, but you don't want them to be too skinny. So once again, like I said earlier, it's just preference, but you know, not too skinny, not too thick. So fold up the top, fold in the sides, roll it a few times, and here's another one. So I'm going to go ahead and roll up a few of these and then I'll show you in the end. Okay? This pan filled, and just a tip to let you know, you want to keep your wrappers covered because they will dry out, but the water does help soften them back up. If they dry out, they'll rip and tear and then they'll bust open when you cook. So also try to roll them as tight as you can. That way that'll help in the cooking process as well. So I'm going to move these over to the other counter and y'all can see how Lewis cooks them. Okay, so Lewis is getting ready to cook them, and you don't want to cook them too high, otherwise they'll burn. So you want to set your stove to like medium heat, and you only want to put enough cooking oil to cover about half of each roll, so that way you can turn them. We're not deep frying them, so just put enough oil in there so that you can cook one side, turn it over, and you just want to cook it to a golden brown. So he's going to show you how to do that now. Alright, come over here and finish eating first. You will, when you're done eating, I'll let you say hey to everyone. So finish eating.
Mama, eat another one. Mama, eat another one.
Good. Keep eating. Anytime you fry anything, you want to have a pan ready with, you know, some paper towels or whatever. So yeah. So you're just going to cook it to a golden brown and just flip it as you need to.
You don't want to cook these things too fast. Keep your range in a good medium temperature. You don't want to burn them. It may look slow, but see, here we go. Give them a progress. What we're looking for right there, like a color like that. So we about got these guys here. Rectangle.
Mom, Daddy.
So this is what they look like up close before you cook them. And then this is what they look like after you fry them. So you just want to fry them till they're crispy, golden brown. You know, they should not be soft or squishy at all. They need to be completely crunchy. And then these are really hot. Hang on. Oh yeah. And then the inside should be completely cooked like that. So that is that. That's your tutorial. So that's it for the tutorial. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you want to see more cooking type stuff on this channel. Thank you all so much for watching, okay? Don't forget to subscribe either. Bye! What you gotta say?
Bye, bye everyone. Give me a thumbs up.